Hello and welcome back. In this session we're going to look at the solution here to Dublin Bus and the web services of, or bringing in the web service of Dublin Bus. Okay, you can see here I've just done a layout. You can do this yourself. I have created a label here when I put the text stop number in, or a text block. I have a text box here to collect the stop number when somebody puts it in. I have a button here called schedule. Okay, again, all the action will go behind this. And here I have a text block, okay, an empty text block, which will actually show the content after I've hit the stop number. Okay, so let's get this rolling. Okay, so the first thing I need is the web service itself. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll go on to, I'll open an internet browser and actually get that now. Okay, so here's the page itself. It's the Dublin Bus RTPI service. Okay, and I'm here on the ASMX page, and you can see all the methods that are available to us there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the URL. I'll copy the URL, and I'll now incorporate that into my Windows Phone solution. Okay, I'll come up here to the solution name, right-click it, and come down to Add Service Reference, and paste in the URL into the pop-up box that will come up and click go. Okay, and there you can see it's picked up the service straight away, and if I click on that you can see there they're all in there as methods. Okay, again, I can use any of these depending on what type of application I'm going to write. Okay, so I'll just call this bus service, SER. Okay, and click OK to that. Okay, if I look over here in Solutions Explorer, you'll see that it's building that, and you can see there I have the bus service name under service references there. Okay, so now I can start using it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my main page example here, and it's going to go behind the action of schedule here, this button. So I'll double click that to go into the back end. I'll just give it a space there. Okay, before I do this, I just want to bring in this one here, so it'll be using the solution name, which is bus time. Okay, you'll see it coming up there, dot, and you can see bus there, the actual service I'm going to be using. Okay, this just saves me having to type in a little bit of stuff here. Okay, the first thing to do is bring in the Dublin Bus service, okay, as an object. Okay, so there's the actual, what I'm looking for here is the sub client here, and I'm going to give it a name. I'll call it service, and that will be set to a new. Okay, so I have the new object now in my solution. Okay, with this one I'm going to get route serviced by stop number. Okay, and what we need to do here, if you remember the web service we've done before, again we have completed an async. Okay, again what I want to do is, if I have one, if I select the completed, okay, and create the new event handler for that, because everything I pass to the actual everything I pass to the service itself is async. Okay, so that's why I need the event handler for that. So I'll type in service, okay, dot, and the one I want to do is get routes, which way you can see there I have a few there. I'm going to get routes serviced by stop number. Okay, so get routes serviced by stop number. Okay, and I want to, so this is when I type in the bus stop number. So I'll click on that. Okay, and what I need to do now is create the event handler. Now again, C# does a great job at this. If I just hit the plus equal to and that, notice there if I hit the tab, it's all there for me. So if I hit tab and then hit tab again, notice there that it's actually created the actual event handler here for me and named it as well. Okay, so get by stop number completed. Okay, I'm gonna take this out because what I'm gonna put in here is I'm gonna put in a loop to get that. Okay, so again, this takes an argument of an integer. Okay, and we'll call this. I'm going to call it int. Declare an int, and this I'll call it stop ID. Okay, and again, I want to collect this from my application, so I'm going to collect it from the text block I created. So I can do an int dot parse. Again, you could have used convert to or whatever you wanted there. Okay, and what am I passing in is the contents of the text box. Txt stop number dot text. Okay, so I have that now. Now I need to pass that in. So again, this is where the async, remember I have this one here, get route serviced by stop number completed, which creates the event handler. Now I want to pass in that, again, anything I pass in is passed in asynchronously. So if I type in service dot get routes, okay, get routes by stop number async, which is the one above it here. Okay, and again, this takes one argument, an int argument, which will be the stop number, which is now stop. Okay, stop ID. Okay. Okay, so that's it passed in. Now what I need to do is get the actual value now passed back out. Okay, so what I want to do is cycle through a list of things here. So the first thing I need to do is, if I want to cycle through a list of things, again, what I want to do is first add them to a list. Okay, so I'm going to take the list object. Okay, and the list will be, sorry, open up my angle brackets here, will be routes. Route, and I'm going to give this a name and call it route. Routes, whatever. Okay, and set this to the result. So again, in our event handler, if you notice there, it's E, so it'll be E.result. E.result, there's the result property there. And again, I want this to be added to the list, so I'll say dot to list. Okay. So again, as it cycles through, it will add each one to the list object. Okay, again, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a for each loop to cycle through that list. Okay, so for each, my condition, open a brace, close it. Okay, so what I'll say here is for route, oops, get it into the brace there, or brackets. So for route, we'll call it R in routes. Okay, and now what we want to do is that will cycle through each. Again, the beauty of a for each loop is for cycling through a particular collection of data. Okay, so what I'm going to do is display it out. So again, I've called my text block LBL display. So LBL display dot text, and this will be set to we'll put in string format and dot format. Okay, and with the string dot format, what I'm going to do is just put in bus number, and we'll put a colon there and space, and we'll have the first variable. Talk about the variables now in just 1 second. Okay, and I'm going to do a new line here. So \n, and that will be going to colon and my second variable. which is 1. Okay, and we'll have a new line. It's coming from \n from. Okay, and the third variable. Okay, and again I can just do \n there, \n, just a double new line there. Okay, I'll close that off. Okay, what are the variables? Now again, if we went back to the R1 here, okay, and get route service by stop number. Okay, we can see here that this is what's passed in, an integer being passed in. And again, I could go down throughout the rest here, and you can see there we have various things from, towards, okay, bus number. Okay, so these are all what's being returned. Okay, so what's being returned inside of that. Okay, so again, remember, so what I want is the bus number. Okay, so again, that's in the routes list. So r dot, okay, the number. Okay, I also want it's going towards. Okay, so r dot tow towards. Okay, and I also want r dot is coming from there. Okay, that should do me on that one. Okay, I think I've got everything there. Let's just run this to test it out. Okay, just coming up here now. Okay, so let's pop in a number. I'll just hit my page up there so I can. So 1954. Hit the schedule. Okay, and it's the bus number 69 going to Rathcoole from Hawkins Street. 56, say 69X. Okay, 1995. I'm just typing in numbers here at random. That's the number 40 from Finglas to the Liffey, or from the Liffey value going to Finglas. Okay, that's the bus timetable. Or the bus schedule. Again, if you go back to the actual thing here, you can see there are a lot of methods you could use. The night link, get bus stop by route and direction. Okay, get destinations. A lot of things we could use actually to beef up the application itself. Okay, thank you for your attention.